Good morning. Time to make the tea. This morning's flavor is Bengal Spice. This is one of my all-time favorite teas. It's caffeine free and it's very flavorful. So maybe this will do the trick because the teas in the morning haven't been doing it for me. Oh well, gotta do what you gotta do. So this morning I have some syrup, some gingerbread syrup that I put in my Bengal Spice. And I've been up since 3:30. I laid there, I watched some YouTube, I did some thinking about the garden. I just could not fall back asleep. Usually I fall right back asleep. I don't normally have problems sleeping. But this morning, I think it's because I'm so sore from all the gardening I've been doing, and I just could not fall back asleep. So I imagine I'll be taking a little nap this afternoon, but I have a lot I want to get done today in the garden. I want to change up the fencing while the weather's still warm, because next week it's going back down in the 50s and a couple days in the mid to upper 30s, so I'm hoping we don't get another frost or freeze, because then I'm going to bring all my little winter sowing bags in that have already sprouted, and there's quite a few of them. So for those 2 nights where it goes down into the 30s, I'll bring them in because they're doing so well. I don't want them to freeze, and I'm afraid if I just cover them with a blanket that won't be enough. So I'll just bring them into the garage, which gets pretty cold, but it doesn't really normally freeze out there. Although it's happened in the past in the winter when it's been really, really cold for an extended period of time, where things have frozen in the garage. And I also have to turn off the water to my sink out there because that's frozen the faucet before. So I'm going to let this steep a little bit, and then we'll give it a taste. I have my microphone in this morning. I hope it's working. It's very noisy out here today. Very, very noisy. So I'm trying to drown some of that noise out. I hope the microphone is on. You never can tell. So I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be working on this morning. And I want to work on this. This just looks terrible. So I need to take this fencing down, and it's mostly things I've zip tied together. And then I have another fence I put up back there last year, so I'm going to extend the garden out a little bit, and hopefully I can get all this undone because it's kind of rusted together and just falling apart. So that's what I'll be working on today. And I have a grapevine here that has kind of twisted itself throughout this mess. So I don't know, I may have to cut some of that down. So we'll see. But that's what I want to work on today, is the fencing. And over here too, this will be used as a trellis. So I really have to get all that done. All right, I have to go in and fix my tea before all the neighbors get mad at me because my dogs won't stop barking. Okay, my tea is ready. And I'm going to give it a taste. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Now this is one tea that's so robust that I can substitute for coffee. All right, doesn't even need any cream. Cheers. Mm-hmm. It's very good. So the last time I went to the store, whenever that was, I bought the taro ant killer things, but I bought them for outside. I've had those in the past, like years ago, and they did work. So it's kind of funny because I have not seen one ant since I brought those home. And I won't put those out if I don't see the ants coming in the house. You know, live and let live. Um, I don't want to kill anything that is staying in its own space outside. I just don't want them in the house. So, anyway, that's my ant story. And I'm going to drink my tea and I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, here we are again at the budget book. And yesterday I did not spend any money. So, doing pretty well so far this month. Just using up what I have, whether it's food or garden stuff or clothes. I'm really not dressed to impress anyone, let's put it that way. When I work in the garden, I pick the ugliest clothes that I have. That way I'm not worried about getting dirty or ruining something. So, and I've got plenty of those. I don't get rid of that sort of stuff because, when you're doing a cleaning project or another project like painting or, whatever is messy, you have to have some of those clothes in order to not feel like, oh, I can't do that because I can't get dirty. It always amazes me when I watch some YouTube channels and people are doing very messy DIYs and they're dressed and they have these nice outfits on and I'd never get anything done. So anyway, that's my budget book and that's my plan. If I don't have to spend money, I'm not going to. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to live a meager, austere life. I still want a rich, abundant life. And if there's things that I want and things that I've made a conscientious decision to buy, I'll still buy things. My goal isn't to amass a fortune by saving everything. That ship has sailed, but I do want to live within my means and I do want to cut down on all the impulse buys and all the things that you buy that you don't really need and you buy them because of marketing or, whatever. So that's my goal. So I don't plan on spending any money today, but you never know. I just kind of go with the flow. I'm a kind of go with the flow kind of gal. So we'll see. All right. Let's see what the rest of the day brings. I'll probably take you out in the garden with me in a little bit while I'm doing my fencing. I think this is on. At least I hope it is. All right. I've been dreading this. Okay, well, I've got to cut all these zip ties, and there's a lot of them. And I hope this is sharp enough. Nope. Why is it you have all this stuff and nothing works? Okay, I'll be right back. Gotta get a better tool. See, if I had a lot of money, I would go out and buy some new tools, but I don't. So this is better. So I think this is going to take a while because it's all tangled up. But at least these work. And I really did a job trying to secure this so my dogs would be safe. So now I got to undo it all, but that's all right. I mean, this has been up for years. A lot of it is bent. Some of it I'll reuse. Some of it will go in the trash. And of course, you know, there's always the law of entanglement. If something can get tangled, it will. And it's kind of hard to reach some of this because I already have these bags here, which I could move, but I'm trying to avoid that. So hopefully I can get this done within the next day or two. Tomorrow's still supposed to be nice. Today's supposed to be 80. So that's lovely. But then it's going to rain on Saturday. So there's one, kind of. Nope, more zip ties. Oh, I really did a job on this. There we go. Got one. And these were from, I think from Aldi's a long time ago. As you can see, half the stakes are broken out. But some of this needs to go in the trash. And today is trash day, but I don't think I'll get this done by the time they come around. But you never know. These were nice sturdy zip ties. And I hope this mic is working. Let me check it. Yep, it says it's on. If not, I'll be doing a voiceover. I wonder if scissors would work better. Yep. So, okay, there's one. I've got a bunch more to do. I won't bore you with all that detail, but I'll be back in a little bit and we'll see how far I got. Oh, yes. This is just as terrible as I thought it was going to be. So I got all this out up to about the middle, and I still have a lot more to go. I need to go in and have some breakfast and something cold to drink because this is really hard. This is harder almost than moving the boxes, but it has to be done. And then I have all this ivy. That's the problem. All the ivy, because it's all entangled in the fence. So okay, I'm gonna go in for a little bit. Okay, well, I just ate lunch. It was part of my pot pie that I had for dinner yesterday, and it was very soggy, but it was food. And so I ate that for lunch, and I'll tell you, this fence, redoing that is really hard. I really have to cut this up into small pieces. I got, I would say, a little more than a third of it done, not quite half. But I'll tell you, that ivy, it's like glued to the ground. So, and then, and then I've got a million zip ties in there, but it did keep my dog safe. So I just want it to look nicer than, because right now it's got like 3 layers of fencing. It's got mesh fence and wire fence and trellises that I zip tied together. It really looks bad. So once I get this done, that's going to be the last big project in the backyard. The front yard is pretty good. I just have to plant some flowers in my pots and window boxes. Maybe pull a few weeds. But yeah, this is actually worse than what I thought it would be. But I'll get there. I'll get it done eventually. And hopefully it'll allow me to garden for many more years to come. So once I can't garden anymore, I've already thought this through. I'm just going to hire somebody to take it down, haul it all away, and probably just plant grass back there. That's what it was when I moved in. And I don't like the way it looks, just all grass. But hopefully I won't need to do that for a really long time. But they do garden maintenance here for the most part. I mean, mine is kind of over the top, so they don't do much in my front yard. They do mulch it in the backyard since it's all fenced off. They do mow it, but they don't actually come into my garden and do anything there. I would have to hire somebody to do that. And this year I could have hired my helper again, but I thought I would just pace myself, and since this is such a beautiful week, I figured I'd do as much as I can and get it done. And next weekend, this coming weekend, I think my son's going to come over and help my grandson move those other couple of raised beds. Those I can't move by myself. I'd have to empty. They're bigger and I'd have to empty everything out of there. So hopefully the two of them can move that. But they couldn't do it last weekend because it was Easter and, you know, the weather wasn't that great. And it's actually not going to be that great this weekend, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get this stuff done while the weather was good. And I know we're going to have nice weather down the road, but when that happens, I want to plant my stuff. I don't want to be prepping everything. So I want to get the prep work done. So I'm going to go put my feet up, maybe close my eyes for a little bit, since I've been awake since 3:30, and just relax a little bit. I might go back out later, do a little bit more, and I might not. It depends on how I feel. All right, well, I'll be back. All right, well, I got a lot of the fencing pulled out. I got all this pulled out from there to all the way over here. And then I just had to stop. It was just getting to be a bit too much. So I was going to come out here now that the sun has gone down and do a little bit more. But I think I've had it for the day. So I'm happy with the progress I made, and I'm not even putting this stuff away. It's not supposed to rain until tomorrow night, and if it does, it's just an old box. But these are all the little fences I pulled out. Over there are the bigger fences. So, making progress. I still have a little bit to go over here where there's more of the plastic mesh, and over there. And then I have to take this fencing out because it's pretty much trashed. It's broken. I have some taller reed fencing that I'm going to put up there instead. So I see at least a couple more days work here just on the fencing. And then the last thing that I'll need to do is to get these big pots moved up against the fence. So my grapes are coming back. I have 2 of them. This is one, and the other one is over here somewhere, over here. So these are just randomly put somewhere. That's not going to stay like that, but that's what I got done today. So I'm happy about that, but that was really way much more work than what I thought it was going to be. So it's almost dinner time, and I'll go in a little bit, but it's really beautiful out here now. There's a little breeze. My magnolia is starting to open up. This is the pink one, starting to really open up. This is my favorite of the 2. I have a white one and this one. So it's shaping up. So I'm just sitting out here, just enjoying the fruits of my labor. It's really pleasant, and I thought I'd wrap things up out here. I was going to eat chili for dinner that I had in the freezer, but I don't think that would be a good idea with my stomach acting up the way it is, so I'll leave that in the fridge for another day or so and have something else. I'm thinking kind of in the mood for some sort of a pasta. So I'm not quite sure. Something easy though, that I don't have to fuss with. So, alright my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. Keep moving. Keep doing. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.